Hey y'all, what's going on? It's your boy Mike. So it's second week of school officially, and we have a brief assignment to do. It's nothing that's too crazy. I have a couple of videos to watch, a little something to read, and I have to do a 200 word write about like three different questions that we have. So typically, how I do my homework, I probably said this in another video, is the first day or the first night. I go ahead and open everything up just to like get acclimated with everything, just to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. If I can get some work done, I'll get some work done. If I can, then I'll just kind of post it tomorrow. Because sometimes it just takes me a while just to understand what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, sometimes things just don't click. I'm just like, what's going on? Like, what does this mean? What does this mean? And sometimes I just have to like legit digest it. And the second time I look at it, it's like, oh, okay, I get it. I get it. Yeah, it's like that sometimes. You know, sometimes it just takes a little bit. So my routine pretty much is, I kind of go over my whole routine is after I get off of work. If I have time, like if I have a class at night, then I may go to the park, go for a little walk, come back home, and go ahead and attend my class. My classes are usually on Zoom. And it's usually from like 7 to like 8:30. So again, not enough time to actually go to the gym, so I'll just go for a little walk or something like that. If I don't have class, what I'll do is after work, I'll go to the gym, get a workout in. Depending on what I'm doing, it'll usually take me about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to do my workout, just depending on what I'm doing. That includes cardio. That includes the warm up cardio. That includes the post workout cardio. Well, when I do cardio, to warm up, I don't really consider it cardio. To me, it's a warm up. It is a form of cardio because I usually do for legs. I usually do the bike, and for everything else, I usually do either the treadmill or the elliptical. I've been on a big elliptical kick the past couple of months, and I've been really enjoying the elliptical, like for my warm ups, and then I'll do the treadmill for my post workout cardio. My warm ups, my goal on the bike is getting as close, because again, all my warm ups are 10 minutes long. On the bike, I usually try to get close to 3 miles. I was actually able to get over 3 miles today, and that's usually on like a 9 resistance. So it has some resistance, nothing too insane, but it has some resistance. And like I said, getting 3 miles in 10 minutes, it's not too bad. And then on the elliptical, my goal is closer to like 1.5, maybe 2 miles, depending on how I'm feeling, things like that. And then my post workout cardio, I increase it from 20 to 25 minutes. So I do 25 minutes on the treadmill. My working resistance is a 15 incline and a 3.9 speed. And I've been doing that for a while, so I may play around with a 4 speed every now and then. We'll see what happens. But no, since class is just starting, I had some time off. Now I was actually able to increase it to 30 minutes. Get some extra cardio in. Take advantage of the time I had free. So I was like, what? No, let me go ahead and kick up to 30 minutes a couple of times. And that felt really good. Get a nice calorie burn. According to the monitor, I was burning like over 400 calories. So I'm like, hey, works for me. I enjoy this kind of cardio because I usually just sit there listen to like old school R&B, just kind of vibe out when I'm doing my cardio. I don't like to listen to like when I'm lifting. I listen to like rap and rock and stuff like that. When I'm doing my cardio, it's more like a chill, relaxed vibe for me, just kind of zoning out and just kind of enjoying the ride pretty much. So after work, usually go to the gym, work out for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, like something around there. Come home, shower, eat. If there's a wrestling show on, I'll usually watch wrestling. I'm a huge wrestling fan. I watch wrestling or I watch an anime. Again, another huge anime fan. And then after I do that for a little bit, I'll go ahead and start my homework. And then whenever I'm doing my homework, I'll either have like if there's like like a long form video that I'm watching, like an hour and a half, 2 hour video that one of YouTubers I follow that they're producing, I'll either watch that or I'll just listen to like some instrumental R&B music. Those are my two jams that I do. It it's been working out for me. There was a another video that I was watching, or like kind of listening to, but I've been preferring the R&B and the long form videos. Just kind of change things up, and I find that a little bit more enjoyable. I'm actually able to like zone out a little bit and focus a little bit more, even compared to like just having nothing on in the background. Because nothing on in the background, it doesn't work for me. No, it works for some people, but just not for me. That's not my vibe. So that's what I typically do. And to like I said, I have a couple of videos to watch. They're not long. Looks like the longest video is like 5 minutes. And to be honest, I usually watch a lot of videos at 2.5 speed. I mean, not 2.5, but 2 speed. I remember when I was graduating PTA school, I was talking to a therapist, and they're the one who actually got me into watching things at an accelerated pace. I used to watch things at a normal pace, and then they're listening to a podcast. And I was like, I don't understand a word that they're saying, and they're like, yeah, I'm actually getting a lot of information. I'm actually able to retain it. I was like, that's kind of interesting. So I was like, let me go ahead and try it out. So I started at 2.5 speed, and I did 5, then set like 1.75, and then I went to 2. I actually started doing that accelerated listening when I started my master's program. And I was like, you know what? 2 is a little bit too fast for me. So if I'm just watching something, I typically watch it like 1.75. If I'm trying to like slow it down and really hear what they're saying and kind of just like find out like those hidden things, then I'll go 1.5. If I am just kind of trying to get through something, again, I usually listen at 2. And it's funny though, since I started doing that, I find it harder to understand whenever I'm watching a video at 1 speed. It's really weird. It's like, what are they saying? I don't understand what they're saying. But 1.75, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just able to understand things, and it's kind of fun. I'm actually able to understand things better at the 1.75 speed than I am at the 1 speed. Maybe because I have to like tune in a little bit deeper and to like really understand what they're saying and kind of like slow it down, I guess. But yeah, but I've been listening to things at 1.75 speed for about the past 4 or 5ish years or so. Well, more particularly the past 4 years. That's when I really started listening to things at that 1.75 speed. Again, it's been working for me. But again, today, nothing too crazy. I have 3 videos to watch. I have a 200 word post to do. There's a quiz I have to do, and I have to respond to some classmates. And the way that my classes typically go is with the blog posts. We usually have until Wednesday to get our posts in, and we usually have to respond by Sunday at 11:59. I like to try to be like one of the first people to respond, like to post, so it's a little bit less pressure on me. Like, oh, I gotta make sure I get this in, before the deadline, because if I can get it done on Monday, then I got Tuesday and Wednesday up until 11:59 to post. So it kind of takes some stress off of me. And then I usually try to do my posts, by Thursday night. So usually by Wednesday, if not Wednesday, by Thursday night. That way, if I'm not able, if I'm missing something, then I can kind of go back in and do some more posts, or I can actually post. And I know that a lot of my classes, they really enjoy seeing people, being very very interactive. So again, the more that I can kind of like interact with the class, I think it makes the class a little bit better. It gives me a little bit more insight, and it's like giving a good side of the teachers. So it even helps even in grad school, depending on your teacher. It really helps because some teachers like, oh yeah, I've been seeing this person do this, do that. Depending on the class, on the teachers, yeah, some people even give extra credit. So I'm like, hey, there's extra credit opportunity. The boy is gonna jump on it, because why not try to help? Bolster my grade a little bit. Every little bit helps. It gives you a little bit less stress when you're doing your tests, your finals, so on and so forth. So I'm like, if I can bolster my grade, hey, why not bolster my grade a little bit? There were a couple things I was thinking about earlier. Is that Uh, I am I really enjoy watching people like open up their cap and gowns now. Because there's a couple of groups I'm in on Facebook that a couple like doctoral groups. Like one is like first generation doctoral students. Another one is like minority doctoral students and things like that. And just watching people like open up their caps and gowns, or like, and I was the first person in my family to graduate with this, or my parents only had, you know, a GED and this and that, or you know, I started my doctoral journey 7 years ago and I had to stop for this reason or that reason. And I came back and I finally finished. Just watching those stories kind of helps motivate me a little bit more. And it's like, hey, I'm gonna be there very soon because, like I said, I have this class, and then I have my practicum, and that's it. And our classes are 12 weeks long, so after I'm already I have 11 weeks left, so it's gonna go by really really fast, particularly in I would say the first part of the year is gonna go by pretty fast. The first half of the year, because we have MLK Day coming up, we have Valentine's Day. There's a couple of different holidays coming up that kind of like it makes it feel like things are expedited a little bit more. It's kind of weird. And then the Q2, we have not as many holidays, but we have a couple of things to look forward to. Some of my coworkers have kids that have spring break, so I gotta make sure what my schedule looks like. So it just gives me like another little mini landmark, if you will, that I'm kind of reaching for. Um, we have a couple more things. My birthday is like while I'm actually working my practicum, so that's another thing I'm kind of looking forward to. Previously, I wasn't a big celebratory person, but one of the things I've been really trying to do particularly over the past 3 years, is to learn to celebrate myself a little bit more, because life is short, and I always encourage myself like hey, congratulations, this and this. I always like I made another year. I'm happy, I'm blessed to make another year, but the celebratory aspect wasn't a big deal for me, because there's some things that I see around celebrations. I'm just like, I'm not about that life, but I've been trying to make it that I'm celebrating myself for myself, not for what other people celebrate things for, not how other people celebrate. I'm celebrating myself the way I want to celebrate. Whether that's saying, hey, for my birthday, I'm going to the gym, and I may go out to a restaurant or something like that, or I may just sit home and watch TV all day, or I'm actually going to take time off. Sometimes I'll work. But particularly whenever I was working in the hospital's always closed. I mean, the hospital's always open. My bad. Hospital's always open. And no, hospital's open, school's closed. I'm like, hey, I spent one birthday in the hospital, might as well spend another. So I like, hey, I'm just gonna work on my birthday, because who doesn't want to get money for their birthday? That's how I actually saw it. I'm like, I'm just getting extra money for my birthday. Why not? Because before I became a PTA, I was what's called PRN status, which is per diem if you don't work in healthcare. If you work in healthcare, you know what PRN means. But for those who don't know what PRN means, it's a step under part time that certain companies have, certain companies don't have. Some companies will still call it part time, but it's actually a step under part time. And typically in healthcare, if you work PRN or per diem, you get paid a little bit more, but you have to work like a certain amount of days, and you get no benefits at all. So for my job now, I do get paid a little bit more. I have to work, a minimum of 4 days a month. I can work more if they need me to work more, but I have to work a minimum of 4 days a month, and I get no benefits. And that's actually why I work, the 12 on, 2 off. Because if I didn't, it would be 6 on, 1 off, constantly. And that can be a little much. So I find that the having the 2 days off does kind of help me balance things out a little bit better. And it still gives me time for me, because usually on Saturdays that I'm off, I usually go visit my parents, check up on them, see how they're doing, just spend the day with them. And then the Sunday that I'm off, I usually go to the gym, catch up on anything I'm missing, whether it's extra homework or just like errands I need to run, or just cleaning up around the crib. or if I don't need to do any of that, I'll just sit down and chill and just vibe out, watch TV. I may go for a walk after I go to the gym, things like that. So if I just did the 6 on 1 off, previously I didn't have that free time. So I find that this frequency works a little bit better for me of having the 12 days on, 2 days off. And also with this are the days I have off. That Sunday I can go to the gym and work legs. Because what I usually do is the first day in the gym, I usually try to work legs. Get the hardest thing out the way first. Even though I really enjoy working legs, I try to do the hardest thing first, and then kind of do fill in the rest. And the weeks that I have a Sunday off, I usually try to go to the gym 5 days a week. I'll do a leg day, a chest day, an arm day, a shoulder day, and a back day. If I only have 4 days, then I'll usually skip arms, because comparable to, particularly my shoulders, my arms are really, really big. I don't want to say overdeveloped, but my arms overshadow my shoulders. So if I'm going to skip anything, I'm going to skip the muscle that is already technically going to be worked with chest and back. So I don't. Yeah, so that's kind of how I do it. But yeah, I just want to catch up with y'all, chop it up a little bit. Again, today's is the first day of class, week 2, day 1. I have technically one assignment to do, and I have some readings to do. I'm still waiting for my books to get in, but they said that it's nice to have the books for this week, but you don't necessarily need them, because they actually posted the things that we're supposed to be looking at, which is a huge help. But I'm just waiting for my books to come in. I'm going to watch these videos, read the assignment, go ahead and knock this assignment out. It shouldn't take too long. And I may even go ahead and look at next week's assignments. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they have all the assignments open. So what I may do is something I actually did for one of my other classes that had everything open. And I may just, have a Word document and just start knocking things out. It's like, okay, this assignment needs this. No, knock it out. This assignment needs this. No, just put in Word document, put in Word document, put in Word document. And that way, whenever I can actually, put it in the module that's for, I can just copy the whole thing and paste it. So it's a little bit less stress for me whenever, the week that the assignment is due. And I'm still waiting for 2 of my committee members to respond back to my emails. So after they respond back to my emails, then I'll have some extra work to do for my practicum prep paper. But I kind of figure that if I can front load, certain assignments whenever I don't have to worry about that assignment, then it'll be a little bit less stress for me whenever it's time for me to start knocking out that assignment. And that's what I did last semester. Is there certain things I was able to front load, which made things so much easier for me for my other class and in the tail end. Because if you can knock out a bunch of work whenever, because sometimes you have different gaps in your classes and stuff like that, and timelines. So I kind of figured if I can front load things whenever I have a little gap in one class, then when I can just kind of upload this assignment, and focus on the other class whenever I don't have a gap, and kind of vice versa. If one class is busy, then I can do the other class. The other class is busy, I can focus. Then I do what I gotta do. But that really worked for me. That worked for me very well when I was doing my research stats class, because I'm not the best at math. And I was doing that, and I was doing my internship. That was actually in it was technically the spring semester. So I was doing those 2 things, and I was able to front load some of that work. And then last semester, when I was doing my one, what was the class called? It was a health disparities class. I'm actually going to use my community health class. And I'm going to be using that paper to kind of help build upon to do my practicum. I was able to front load certain things with that class with another class also. So I found that process has been very, very helpful for me, which I'm glad for, because it's if you can work smarter, not harder. Granted, you will work hard, one time compared to the other, but you're not working. No, you're not. No, doubling your work pretty much. That's what I kind of figured out. So that's what's been working for me so far when I'm doing the two classes. It's been very, very helpful. It's been helped me knock things out a lot faster. And obviously, this semester, I can't do two classes because I only have two classes left, and our practicum has to be taken separately because it's a very intensive class. So I'm doing my practicum next semester. Your boy is almost done. I'm so close. So I'm thinking about, pretty much on Mondays, doing a vlog style like this. It just kind of like take you through, what homework I have for the week. If it's a homework, if it's a project, I'm thinking about, doing like Mondays like this. It's just kind of, pause, chop it up a little bit with y'all, and just letting you know what the week has in store homework wise. So like I said, this week doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out. Listen to this. It's not really a podcast, but it's kind of like a podcast. I'm gonna listen to this, in the background while I am doing my work, and yeah, that'll be it pretty much. But yeah, hope y'all had a good day. If there's any questions, comments, concerns, or any other tips and tricks you guys want to know about how I'm making it through my doctoral journey, I'm thinking about making a video about how I am making it through my doctoral journey debt free. If y'all would like to know about that one, let me know. Cause it's a tough one. It's a tough one to say that, and it's been very rewarding to say that, like when I had debt for my first master's, but I didn't have debt for any of my undergrad degrees. Didn't have debt for my MBA. I'm not having debt for this class. I don't have any credit card debt. I don't have any car loan debt. So it feels pretty good that I know that I don't have to, give my money out to everybody in the world. It's like my money goes to my typical bills, not loans. It goes to my bills, and it goes to school, and it goes to savings. And that's another thing that I want to do this year is I want to start maxing out on my 401k, my Roth IRAs, and stuff like that. Just kind of think for the future and look for other investing ventures, because you boys, I'm trying to make my future as solid as I can, and you're never too young to start investing for your future, because like I say, compound interest is like ninth wonder of the world. It's amazing what compound interest and time can do for you. So yeah, so those are some of the goals I got. But let me go ahead and knock out this paper real quick, and I'll chat with y'all later. All right, bye.